once I finish my Johnny Walker. All right. You're watching Late Night 5, the show where we review late night stand-up comedy clips. I'm Matt Banner, and this is my co-host.
Ken Hamlet, what up?
What up, what up? When he's not doing this show, Ken runs a touring live show and a hit award-winning podcast called the Drunken Night Out Podcast. I'll link that below. As always, this is a show where we review other comedians doing stand-up comedy. We are both two comedians currently based out of Chicago, Illinois. So if we're going to judge other people, you guys can judge us. I'll post clips of ours below. Go say whatever you want there. Be mean.
Be nice. Be nice, man.
Up top, yeah, be nice. We're being nice to these people, but it's really easy to be nice to who we are reviewing today. Richard Pryor.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. Where is he?
That's what they say. The GOAT.
This guy. You reckon... He doesn't look like this in this video, though.
No.
We're doing young baby Richard Pryor. It's an old late night set. I think this is the Ed Sullivan Show, I believe.
Oh, jeez, old.
I don't even know if that's a late night. We might be predating late night television.
Yeah, that's insanely old. Yeah, this is baby Pryor.
I'm pretty sure it's the Ed Sullivan Show. I'm not 100%. So yeah, that's what we're reviewing today. Old young Pryor. Old now, but younger Pryor.
Yeah.
We've had a bit to drink.
Yeah, words are hard, man.
Words are hard right now.
Words are hard.
It's a really short set of his, and you can tell. I think it's like a 2-minute set or like 2 minute 30-second set. 3 minutes, and you can see when you watch this how short and how tight it is, because you can tell up top he's a little nervous for time. It's one of the biggest things that gets me nervous, and I think it's a great example of what it's like when you're doing a tight set for TV. So without further ado, let's break down the king of comedy, Richard Pryor's. I want to say first late night appearance.
There's a voice in the back of my head says, "How's your breath?" Right? I get crazy, because there's nothing worse than walking up to a lady saying, "Hi." And she says, "No." And then right away you want to do something. You try to check yourselves out. You can tell when guys are worried. You ever see a guy, "Hi, Fred, how you doing?" and guys try to be cool when they go, you ever see guys this,
That's the one right there. I don't rub it on my face though.
Pause it. Yeah. I love that intro. It's a relatable joke. Look how fast he's going. He looks like he's on 2 times speed.
Yeah, I thought I was tripping there for a second because we've seen it, but I thought for whatever reason I was like, is it going too fast? Like what's going?
Dude, you can tell. It's so crazy because when you think of like Richard Pryor, you think of a guy who uses his timing so flawlessly.
Yeah,
you can just sit in it.
Sits in the pocket.
You can just work like the most when I think of Richard Pryor, I think of just like peak confidence on stage.
Yeah.
But this is how young, like, it's so crazy because you can see his like progression as a comedian. Here he is, young, panicking, making sure he gets his time. I think older Pryor would be like, "Oh, I've got 5 minutes. Screw you, I'm doing 8."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm doing what I have." Like,
yeah, and they would have let him. They would have let him when he was doing SNL and late night clips later on. But yeah, man. So this is great to see him like young and nervous because it's such a rare form to even.
Yeah.
I think it's someone so good.
He's always in the driver's seat. Like he just always that's the reason why everybody loves him, because he says what he wants. He's just in the driver's seat. You never see him panic.
But he had to get there. He had to grow into that.
True.
And he's killer. He's so fast. I mean, like not just like in presentation, but also like punchline, silly act out, and like it's so relatable too.
That's the one thing I actually do love is that he started his set off with an act out. It's so small, but it's like such a small thing. But it shows like levels to the comedy. Like that's small stuff that matters so much. Like it's perfect. I love that. Love it.
Love to see it.
A drink, you go over and get a little snops because that straightens you out, right? Guys have snops. Thank you, a little snops. Thank you, my dear. And they're very cool. I try it. A little snops, please. Thank you very much, my dear. Spill it all over my suit. Makes your clothes
voices.
Smell is good. Right? You get nervous. I get nervous when I see women. You ever try like this? You ever try to light a lady's cigarette clear across the room, and you can't find your matches? You see her. You know how weird that looks to somebody across the room?
Who's the strange kid over there filling his body?
Right? And you get really excited, right? And you find the matches. I found them! I found the matches! Right? And you run over there and you strike it and the whole book lights up. Or some guys are really cool, though. You ever see the cool guys? Guys really cool. They bend the match down very European. You ever see them do this? One hand, and you strike the match and your thumb lights up.
Pause that.
Well, yeah, like one thing I love about this, he's doing so much, but standing in one place, dude.
He is so thin. He's afraid they're gonna miss the spotlight. I love so like two things. I love the voices. I love the oh yes, I'll take that here. Yes. Oh, well, he's British when he orders schnapps. He goes, yes, I'll take a schnapps. Oh yes, I'll take a schnapps, sir.
Yeah, man.
Physicality, the hand, his hands are just flailing
everywhere, dude.
His hands are everywhere, dog.
Like that's, I feel like this is the first time he didn't have a mic, so he was just like, I can do whatever I want with my hands now. Like there's so much activity.
You have a stage microphone? What is this? You can tell he's really relishing it, which I love. Also, we don't light matches for women's cigarettes anyway. You can't even smoke a cigarette indoors.
Yeah, right. And also, if you came over to a woman to light her cigarette for her,
dude, that'd be crazy.
What a way to get in a fight.
If I walked outside a bar and I was like, I got a match ready for you, she'd be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, fucking creep. Like,
slap out of my hand.
Yeah, women can do everything. We don't need a man. Yeah, you're asking for an argument.
That's so funny. I grew up. We played with fire. I grew up in rural Iowa. We played with fire. We had fire pits. We played with matches. So for me, trying to light a match and look cool was a large part of my childhood. It's a skill that I have that goes so wasted.
Yeah, you're like,
I wait for the day where I meet a good smoking lady. Oh, and I've got my matchbook with me, just ready, just like, oh, I've been so ready for this. Just like, that's the creepiest I've ever said. I'm just waiting to find a lady with a nice Marlboro Red.
Oh man,
that's my thing, man. But great, he's killing it, man.
Yeah, he's killing.
Right, or sometimes you go, allow me, my dear. No, all right, you really want to be cool with a cigarette, because ladies are impressed by guys that smoke cigarettes from some weird reason, and you can really impress them, like you see them, and you lay those eyes on them, you know.
I don't know if it was intentional, but when he said you can be real cool with it, he slowed way down. Oh. Like even like as he was getting to that part, as he was talking, he slowed all the way down.
It literally feels like a totally different set from when we last paused it.
Yeah.
He does the act out. It feels like he flails the arms, he gets the energy out of his system, then he's like, oh, that was all I got. He's like running the 400 meter. He kills, just murders the first 200. Yeah. And now he's at the last leg of the race and he's like, oh, whatever. What I love is that he sets up the premise of this joke and he's going to keep going with it. I'm pretty confident in that. But no words. I love when you just sell a joke on the facial expressions. Like that's such like I always like to use the term of like a comedic toolbox.
Yeah.
It's like when you open up that comedic toolbox of like just expression.
Yeah.
Just being able to use, we talk about the physicality of his act outs. Yeah. This is the same physicality, but now he's like showing it on like a more subtle level, and that's just like expression. It's an act out, but it's also just like the faces he's making here all throughout it. It's so like that's like a range in comedy where you can just get laughs by, you roll your eyes in the room laughs.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
The best skills. Like that is a like that next level professional. Like you can always tell like, oh, you've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. It's just like, it's like such a fun thing to have in like the world of comedy.
What a mic drop.
That's such a, and I love not even a word. He just swallows it and then walks off stage.
Right? Oh my gosh. Thinking about that as a closer now, he didn't say a word for his closer.
You got to leave them wanting more, Ken. You got to leave them wanting. I follow this like comedian on Facebook. He's like an old road dog.
Yeah.
Like once a week he'll post, you got to leave them wanting more. That's what this, that's like a great example of like, I have to go see that guy live now.
Yeah, for sure. Like that. I mean, just the comedic range that he just showed in this set. I think this is my favorite late night set that I've seen out of all of them that we've watched so far.
I don't know if it's my favorite because I think he gets better as he gets older.
Oh,
I
true.
think he rushes it older on.
Yeah.
But I think there is something so special to see someone who like it's one of the great things of it's a killer set, it's a phenomenal set.
Yeah.
But you watch it and you see him like rushed and nervous at times and frantic and a little too much in spaces.
Yeah.
And you think of like where Pryor goes with his career.
Oh, that's so true.
To see, it's so cool to see like the building blocks of like the act out, the physicality, just the sitting there with the facial expressions, the fast, the slow,
the yelling, the voices, like all of it.
It's so cool to see it like when he's so young. It makes me feel hopeful. It makes
Oh yeah.
No, but it is though. It is.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think it's not his best. I'm not gonna lie and say it's his best set.
No, not at all. Not even close.
But you can see everything he's doing there. You go, oh, it's just a little. It's like a year or two away from. It's just the tweaking. It's just the tweaking.
It's pieces of the stuff that you see when you watch that special.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's all of that is connecting to these things. And you're like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's tied it all together. For one, just kept working at it.
Yeah.
And stayed kind of true to who he was. I mean, obviously, everybody knows that he changed completely.
He didn't say the N-word once this entire set.
I don't think
Richard Pryor Late's way more vulgar. This is Ed Sullivan's show clean.
Yeah. This
But-
is very clean for Pryor.
Yeah, very
So
clean. But you can still see the glimpse of like the greatness that's about to come from this.
Yeah. Oh man, he went into the tool bag for sure on this. Like
Yeah.
that was a cool thing. He just did so much in such a that was 3 minutes. What is it? 2.5
I
minutes
think,
set,
I
whatever.
think it's under 3 minutes of a set.
And to do all of those different things, like the loud, the act outs, the physicality, the slowing down, like the pacing, all that stuff. He did so much in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and modern late night sets, I think, are like 5 to 6 minutes is roughly the time range of them.
Yeah.
So that's like you said it all. Like it's such a it's one of my favorite sets just because of what it means historically in the sense of like you can see where he's gonna go from here.
The greatness that will be unleashed on us.
I don't like that gesture. I don't like that.
Right? Why did I do
The
that?
gesture.
It's
It's gonna
fucking
be
terrible.
unleashed on us.
Terrible
Well, that's
gesture.
on tape. That's on tape, and I think that's a wrap for this episode. We're gonna end on that note. Hey, welcome to Late Night 5 Late Night Comedy Review. We have so many other reviews out on my channel right now, so go watch them. They're probably in the sidebar, or go look at my channel. And please subscribe. I don't get paid till I hit 1,000 subscribers. And thank you guys so much for watching. That was a great episode.